Hello, my name is Muhammad Izzas Daud bin Muhammad Zamani, and I'll be explaining and presenting about QS software for quantity surveyor. And today, I'm presenting Bluebeam. Hi, I'll be explaining about Bluebeam Review. This is a professional PDF-based software widely used among architectures, engineering, and construction industry, and also QS. It enables professionals to review, edit, and measure, and manage digital construction drawings and documents. For QS, Bluebeam simplifies the process of quantity takeoff, cost estimation, document management, and project collaboration, and making construction projects more efficient and accurate. So, why is Bluebeam important in QS? Quantity surveyors are responsible for preparing bills of quantities, measuring construction quantities, cost estimating, tender documentation, contract administration, and cost control. So, this is the main feature of Bluebeam. First, we have digital quantity takeoff. They can measure lengths, areas, volume, and count objects and automatically scale calibration. Other than that, they also have document management. They can organize drawing, compare drawings, revisions, hyperlink documents, and version tracking. Also, they also have PDF markup tools, text notes, highlighting, revision clouds, callouts, and stamps. They also have this, what they call Bluebeam Studio, a collaboration, a real-time document sharing, and a team communication. The first benefit of Bluebeam is a faster quantity takeoff. One of Bluebeam's biggest advantages is the ability to perform digital quantity takeoff directly from the PDF drawings. Instead of manually using ruler and scale measurements, quantity surveyors can measure walls, calculate floor areas, measure roof surfaces, and count doors and windows. Its benefits save time, faster off-beat preparation, increase productivity, and suitable for large projects. The second benefit of Bluebeam is improved accuracy. Bluebeams allow quantity surveyors to measure directly from digital drawings into calibrated tools, so the measurements are much more accurate than them using manually. It also performs automatic calculation and keeps the drawing scale consistent, which helps reduce human error. Because of this, the cost estimates are much more reliable, budgeting becomes easier, financial risks are lower, and overall quality of the project is improved. The third benefit of Bluebeam is its easy markups and annotation feature. Bluebeams allow users to add comments, notes, highlights, arrows, revision clouds, and symbols directly into the digital drawing. This makes it easier for quantity surveyors, architects, engineers, and contractors to communicate and review changes. As a result, changes are easier to identify, instructions are clearer, communication improves, and misunderstandings are reduced. This helps the project run more smoothly and efficiently. The fourth benefit of Bluebeam is a better collaboration. Bluebeam studios allow multiple users, such as quantity surveyors, architects, engineers, and contractors and clients, to review and edit the same document at the same time, even from the different location. This real-time collaboration improves communication, provide instant feedback, speed up approval, and ensure everyone is working on the latest version of the project documents. Overall, it helps teams work together much more efficiently. Benefit number five is efficient document management. In construction project, there are many documents like drawings, contracts, reports, and BOQs. Bluebeam store these documents digitally, making them easy to organize, update, and find whenever they need. These improve version controls, reduce paperwork, provide secure storage, and help the project team work more efficiently. Benefit number six is a reduced paper usage. Bluebeams help quantity surveyors prepare BOQs, cost estimates, and tender documents digitally, reducing the need of printing documents. It also speed up cost estimations, improve budget accuracy, and reduce duplicate work. Overall, this is a lower printing cost, reduce paper waste, is more environmentally friendly, and allow easy access to project documents on laptops and tablets. This slide shows that real-life applicants of Bluebeam throughout a construction project. During the pre-construction stage, it is used for quantity takeoff, cost estimation, and tender preparation. And during construction, it helps with progress tracking, drawings revision, site communications, and variation orders. Finally, in the post-construction stage, Bluebeam support final accounts, defect management, and record documentation. This makes it a useful tool throughout the entire project lifecycle. So now this is a demonstration on how to use Bluebeam.
My name is Mohammed, and I just wanted to do this tutorial, quick tutorial on the basics of, Bluebeam review. And so let's just jump into it. So first thing you're going to want to do is, we want to work in this sample drawing. So you're going to go to Help, Welcome to Review, and you can open that sample drawing I was talking about. So we're just going to be messing around in here, and it's great because you can do what you'd like and kind of explore all the features. Okay, so let's just go for it. So this is kind of the workflow that we have. The first thing I'm going to mention is this grid. Okay, so you can kind of turn this off, show the grid, and you can kind of snap to grid if you'd like. I'll talk about that more later on. So kind of have these toolbars at the top, at the right, at the left. Can look a lot, but it can look like a lot, but it's not that bad. So on the left here, you kind of have like thumbnail, bookmarks, etc. You have these toolbox, some layers. We'll talk about that later, maybe in another video. Studio, so kind of like for sessions where a bunch of people can collaborate on the same document and mark it up and such. So here you also have all the pages that you have in the document. You can copy a page, you can paste it. You can go ahead and rename something or rename the page label, for example. We'll call this, page 2. Page 2. Okay, and then once you change it there, it's going to change here as well from the bottom. So let's talk about some of these things. So here on the bottom left, you can have your split view, top to bottom, something like that. And you can press this one to have a full page, or I like to use the continuous scrolling one when you have multiple pages. So over here, you kind of have this scroll hand. I don't really use that one. I kind of use the select and my scroll wheel. So, you can scroll in and out by pressing Control. So you can zoom in with the scroll wheel. You can also click the scroll wheel and just move your mouse to move the document itself. Down here, you can also just press the zoom if you'd like. Let's say I'm in this view and I scroll here. I can press this to snap to the previous view I was looking at. Okay. So first thing, if you're working in a document and you want to, which most of the time you want to set the scale. So down here at the bottom right, you can click that. You can click that, there we go. And the calibrate button over here. So it's going to ask you to select 2 points. So let's go for something we know. This door is usually 3 feet. So we'll just go ahead and enter 3 feet right there, apply scale. And so now if I go ahead and I want to measure something, I can press M for the measure tool, and I can measure, a distance from here. I can hold shift and then it'll give me about 9.5 feet. Okay. Talk more about that in another video. Another cool, neat feature you can use up here is this edit text. So you can press that and then you can kind of select something or edit it from a document, which is pretty neat. Just press escape to get out of there. Okay. What else do we have on the bottom here? This erase content's pretty neat. And you'll notice, some of these buttons are kind of multiple everywhere. You can access it, from various places. So just choose whatever you'd like. So erase content's pretty neat. You can kind of, erase something on a PDF like that. If you don't want it there, just Control-Z to bring it back. So let's just talk about some of these everyday things that you'll be using. So up here, you can add a text box and you can type something, and then you can also change the fonts up here. And the color, the style. You can do all these nifty little things, line spacings, etc. You can also press this auto size text. So that way, if you decide to resize this, it'll automatically resize the text for you. Another little thing you could do is if you want to, create another text box, you can, instead of doing copy, paste, yada, yada, you can just click it, press Control, and then click to drag, and you can create these copies, which is really neat. So there's a lasso tool, which is Shift-O, and you can just select them all like that. And let's say I want to, you can bulk shift, you can do bulk actions. So up here in the top left, you have these kind of alignment tools that you can utilize. If I want to align all the middles together, boom, they're all aligned. And then say I want to space them out evenly, I can use this distribute horizontally. And so now you see like they're all pretty much have the spacing is right. So again, if you want, like the lasso tool, you can find them, in multiple spots. If you go to edit lasso, it's right there, Shift-O, okay? Or you can just do it on the keyboard. If you want to delete something, you can make sure you have this selected. You can just press down, right click to the left, it'll select everything, or you can use that lasso tool I just talked about. Just like that, and just delete everything. All right, so that's kind of the text box. You can also do rectangles, so all these shapes here. So if you just press R or click that, you can create a rectangle, and you can, like we just did, put a text box in there, yada, yada. You can auto size it. And then let's say we want to group these things together. So you can press on the first item, then press Shift, select the second one. And when you right click, you can go down here to group. If you click that, it kind of makes these little nice groups where you can move them all together and play with them. And what you can do as well is you can flatten this onto the PDF. So let's say you want to create a stamp or something and you don't want it to change ever at all. So what you can do is right click, flatten, and that kind of rolls it onto the, think of it as you're like rolling something onto the PDF, onto the paper, and now you can't edit it. So it's there forever. And let's say you messed up and you want to get rid of it and it's too late, you can't go back to unflatten it. Well, what you could do is click this little erase content button, and you can click that, and there you go.
And that's all from me. Thank you.